Imagine two people. The first saves every dollar they can. The second exchanges every dollar they earn for ownership, pieces of businesses, and real estate. After 20 years of the same salary and the same hours, the saver is the one falling behind. I spend my time observing how we relate to money, and I've seen this pattern play out repeatedly. We are taught to avoid risk and stockpile cash, believing it's the only way to be responsible. The reality is that the financial system requires currency to lose value over time. That erosion isn't a bug, it's a structural requirement to keep the economy moving. By holding cash, you effectively absorb the dilution required to keep the broader system functioning. Look at Sarah. She's a marketing director with a six-figure salary and no debt. She followed every rule of financial discipline she was ever taught. Every raise and every bonus went straight into the bank. She watched her balance grow until she finally crossed a milestone few people ever reach: $100,000 in cash, sitting safely in her account. While her balance stayed at that six-figure mark, the housing market doubled. The investments she had avoided suddenly tripled. Her savings didn't shrink, but the world around her accelerated. Sarah still had the same amount of money, but she could no longer afford the life that money was supposed to buy. This is how the middle class loses. By doing the very thing we call responsible, savers end up pinned under the weight of a rising cost of living they can no longer outrun. Money doesn't sit in a vacuum. It exists inside an economy that expands every year through debt and spending. Think of your cash like this ice cube. It looks solid, but it's sitting in a room that is slowly getting warmer. The deception is that the number on your bank statement never changes. The ice cube looks like an ice cube until you realize half of its mass is gone. While your cash sits still, corporate profits are growing and technology is becoming more efficient. Assets are participating in that growth. In a system that is designed to move forward, standing still is a mathematical retreat. This isn't just a failure of logic, it's a biological reflex. Human beings are wired to fear visible pain more than the pain we can't see. This chart shows two doors. Door 1 is temporary volatility. A 10% drop triggers an immediate red alarm. Door 2 is permanent erosion. Inflation stealing 10% of your purchasing power happens silently, with no news reports or notifications. Most people choose the silent erosion because the lack of immediate friction feels like safety. But a smooth decline is still a decline. Choosing emotional comfort over asset growth is often the most expensive decision a person can make. Cash is a tool. You need it for emergencies, for liquidity, and for the security of knowing your bills are covered. But wealth is built on the realization that cash is a bridge, not a destination. It's a vehicle meant to take you toward ownership. There is a divide in how we look at wealth. One group asks how much currency they have accumulated. The other asks what percentage of the economy they own. Real wealth comes from transforming static money into assets, like businesses or real estate, that work on your behalf. This datagram shows the goal, an asset that produces a yield, which is then reinvested to grow the asset even further. You don't get ahead by hoarding paychecks. You get ahead by building leverage and letting ownership do the work that cash simply cannot do.